It's that time of year again. The bright sunny days that go on forever. Heat, dehydration, less layers, and of course the most appalling dreck studios can dish out to the public, knowing as long as there's someone like Zac Efron or Katherine Heigl in it, the film will go on to make many more millions than it would ever deserve in Fayetteville. And we're in the middle of July, only seeing a few films this year that stick out as good summer films, let alone good films. Still, it's not as bad as last year. Christopher Nolan has, in the past, been most noticeable as a writer and director of films based off other people's ideas, be they the simple basis of a comic book or a whole film remade. Only his first films, following a Memento, were truly original. And so at the top of his career in the limelight, he returns to his own brain with a 150-minute behemoth of a summer movie. With Inception, we see a whole cast of brilliant actors in what can only be described as an odd, sometimes engaging, sometimes imaginative, but often simplistic and dull world, where corporate espionage is the name of the game. And if it weren't for a tacked-on emotional connection to the lead character, the audience would feel much more sorry for their target than any of the team leading the charge inside the dreams of an heir to a big industrial power. The most simple and least spoiler-filled way of explaining the plot is as such. Leonardo DiCaprio is Dom Cobb, part of a team who work together to invade people's dreams and steal secrets from them, usually by creating a safe to lock secrets up in, so that the subconscious manifests them in such a way that the team can steal them.
It's not strictly speaking legal.
One such target, Ken Watanabe's Mr. Sato, offers them the opposite job, of putting a thought in someone's head, the heir to a rival company taking over his market. So Dom and partner Arthur, played to simple perfection by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, put together a team and work out how to create a method to create a thought for another human being. This means getting a whole group together to do the job, including young architect Ariadne, Ellen Page, forger of both handwriting and personas, Eves, a very entertaining Tom Hardy, and dream chemist, one who keeps the dreamer asleep long enough to create layers of dreams that won't collapse, in the rising star of being cool, Dilip Rao. The target is one Robert Fisher, another brilliant performance by the sadly way too underrated Cillian Murphy, who both can be menacing and innocent, with many shades of vulnerability included in every line reading. Subdued but excellent performance, as all the performances are in this film. It's just a shame that most of the actors, short of a wee bit of wire work, actually don't have anything to do, except exposition line readings and standing in suits looking at each other. In the interest of making us care more about the villains we follow than poor Robert Fisher, who had a very mean dad and sweet godfather, to which the team used for their evils, Cobb is given a backstory where his wife is only in his mind. She died, and his mind's version of her is Marion Cotillard, femme fatale. Sexy, simmering, always looking amazing, but passionate and holding a big knife. It's not a good combination. And as such, between some action sequences, we're jettisoned to Cobb's mind, where we see the memories, relive them with him, and generally waste about 30 minutes of the film's overlong duration in a story that has no element of humanity, works like we've seen it before in other movies, but without any of the heart and soul of these previous incarnations, and just makes the film flow a lot slower, meaning you really do feel the 150-minute runtime. As is hinted in the trailer, we see some incredible moments, like a street folding onto itself, or a street exploding bit by bit, even a zero-gravity fight sequence. However, most of this stuff is before the first hour is up, and after that the film is a bit of a train wreck in parts. Pacing is all over the place, some of the graphics are just bad. The plot tries to be confusing without ever getting close to incomprehension, and, well, the ending is just a huge attempt to make people think they're smarter than they actually are. It's one of those films which panders to the crowds easily, but makes them feel a bit better about themselves, like if you or I watched a David Lynch film, God forbid. However, the positives do outweigh the negatives, and the positives are loud and clear in Wally Feister's cinematography. This really is an exceptional looking film. Digital screenings are simply immaculate, and the Blu-ray is going to be eye-popping. In a similar note, Hans Zimmer's score is synthetic sci-fi meets orchestral Hollywood score with dark elements from the previous Nolan collaborations. It's original, interesting, and it's really worth listening to isolated for the sheer immaculate nature of how they all lead into each other effortlessly. The sound design is gorgeous too, each sound perfectly directed, wonderfully clear, and the constant low frequencies of the slowed down action in the dreams or layers above affecting the second or even third dream layer really send vibrations through your body in the best possible way. Whilst Inception is not the mindfuck people are claiming, nor a masterpiece by any means, it's once more a summer movie from a great director that... it's just not a great real movie, but in and of itself, in this year of terrible cinema, a good film is king. I give it a solid 4 out of 5. Thank you for watching, and go out and make your mind up now. Little hint, it's less chance of being sold out if you go and see it during the week. I'm Andrew Jones.